ready, baby. Get ready, baby. Whoop whoop. Let's get ready for this. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for your donation. Laura S. to my favorite groomer. Woohoo! Thank you for your donation. Whoop whoop. What's up, YouTube? Man, I feel like I'm coming down to the WWF right now, like coming down in the ring. Here she comes. We're coming down the ring. WWF star, my favorite groomer. Stupid. Man, something's got to give me some energy in here. We need some sound, please. What? Here we go. And she's coming down to the ring. And she's wearing gold robe. Oh my gosh. Whatever. She's wearing pink. What's up, YouTube? Okay, let me see if this light works a little bit here. Man, I was messing with my lighting and stuff. It's out of hand. It's out of hand, man. Can I just get some help? Just a little bit of help? Okay, I guess you can hear me. I was doing a little test, little something. And I got Betty over here. The way she's talking to me now, Betty, little old Betty over there making masks. She called me up yesterday and said, Dede, I got a little something for you. She goes, actually, she said, Dede, I got a little something for you. And we both had a laugh. She goes, wow, I'm talking like you now. Right? For real. Okay, so now I've got my microphone. Man, I hope this works out because I need to figure out my setup. Don't worry. As things change all around us, I'm learning how to do a little bit of all this technological stuff that I wasn't having to do very much of before. And if you ask me, look at the screen. We are coming along. I'm learning a little bit every day. Mind you, I'm a groomer, right? No offense, but I'm not. I know how to sew a face mask, and I have sewn my own face masks. But I'm a groomer, and I was a groomer, and I have been a groomer. But guess what? When times are changing, you become everything else. Production artist, lighting technician. What else? I don't know. I'm really good. I'm 80% okay at customer service. I've decided to start packing orders. I'm now a mailman. I mean, I did 2 deliveries today, on-site deliveries. I'm a phone call picker-upper. I mean, what else we got here? I mean, I can't. And then I just had to finally say, that's enough. I can't take the phone, and I can't do all this, man. And do anal glands? You must be crazy. You know, I'm a groomer. You know that person that's like, that's not my job. No, that doesn't even exist. I'll be like, what? You want me to pick up clothespins for you at the nearest Walmart? Okay, that's my new job. I have to pick up clothespins for the next door neighbor. That's not in my dictionary. That's not my job. I don't make anything. That's called a hustler. And I never knew I was going to have to hustle this much in my life. How many of y'all hustling right now? Selling everything in your basement, everything in your attic, everything in your garage to make your bills and your payments. You're selling everything. You're selling yourself. I mean, no. I mean, just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll come pick up your laundry. Oh, no, wait. I'll pick up those leaves. Oh, no, you want someone to do? No, I won't hire someone to do my grass anymore. I'll do my grass and my neighbor's grass for $25. I mean, what are we going to do here? Better hustle up if you lost your job, right? Stupid. All right, so tonight we got a little treat here. A little something. We are going to have a phone call with a client. And I say client because everyone's like a client, right? Customer. She has reached out to me. Let me see if I even printed one of her first emails. I don't even know if that even came, what I did. I just printed her invoices. Oh, here we go. I did. I printed one email. I may or may not read it. I'm going to scan it here. Y'all need to know what we're dealing with because we're about to call her in 20 minutes. Why? Because right now, you know, I don't know if some of y'all are new. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That makes a big difference to me. If you're learning from me, support me. I talked to a client right now earlier today, and I was very surprised. I said, so I've groomed your aggressive dog, And then you went where'd you buy all your tools? I was like, what are you doing, ma'am? I was like, I'm going to be the one picking up the phone and helping you how to groom, but you went and bought all your tools somewhere else? I'm like, man, the only reason I'm going to stay in business right now is to help you. So if I'm not here, what you going to do? Because no offense, Amazon, I love you, but Amazon's not going to pick up and tell you what to do over the phone. I'm so sorry. So yes, you do have a choice where you want to buy your tools. I hope you buy them from me because you do get that different types of customer service. And if you get it from me, I kind of know what you got now. I can pull your name up and look at all the invoices and put it all together and say, this is what I need you to do with that tool. And actually, I know you got it from me, and I know it's real because there's knockoffs on everything. And if you got my tool list, you've got the CNN knockoff list in there. And I'm about facts. So don't believe me, but let me share with you some things that you can go read yourself so you know where I got my information. And usually I like to have like a news station or somebody, I like to kind of quote them out. So it's really important that, if you're going to watch my videos, but you're going to buy the tools over there, no offense, but don't call me. Just use the free videos or book a coaching because you've already invested time and money in somebody else, right? But you're just using my knowledge to help yourself, which is free on YouTube. Now, if you want me to pick up the phone and talk to you I was on the phone for 35 minutes with one individual. They hadn't purchased anything, but they wanted all that coaching, right? And I said, look, I could be on the phone with you another 2 hours. So read this email. That's the least you can do, and I hope you shop with me. If you don't, that's fine. It is fine. You can shop anywhere you want, anywhere your heart's content. But if you are really going to use me, you have to invest in me because right now, especially a small business like me who stopped grooming 4 weeks ago, has it been 4 weeks? How else is a groomer going to stay alive? We're not, unless you have some hustling skills and you just go out of your way to really say, hey, look, I really need this or I'm not going to be here. Them videos, I'll delete the channel. It'll be gone in a heartbeat. And why? Because I can't afford internet. Do you understand how it all works out? And that's a God's truth, okay? And I'm really upset or disappointed if you all are out there and you're struggling, but you don't know how to ask for help. This is where you learn from me. I need some help. If you want me to stay in business as a groomer that's not grooming dogs right now, how else am I going to do it, right? We got to do it together. I'll pick up the phone. I'll talk to you for an hour, and you just buy some tools. It's pretty cool, right? This lady, like many of you, there's a handful of y'all that really respect my time. Callie, and what did I do with Callie's order about 5 years ago? Was it 3 years ago, 5 years ago? Callie bought a coaching before she bought any grooming tools. And that girl, she has a Boston Terrier, okay? She bought a coaching class on that. If she can do that, and you know what she is? She has chemo weekly. And I'm able to share that because we've already shared it. I have permission to share that. Dude, she has chemo weekly. She recognized my time, military family, husband's active duty Navy, and she purchased an hour of my time. And you know what? I didn't take her money. I put all that money right into her tools and sent her what she needed. And she wanted a lot. She wanted enough so she never had to purchase tools again. Callie, are you out there? So Callie purchased my time first, and then I just reinvested it in the tools. I was like, what? You're going to, no. I'll coach you on the tools to get you. I listen to what you need, and then guess what? She tipped me. So here I am telling you to value not only my time, but people that, your delivery driver, right? No offense, but Uber making $1.99, Uber Eats making $1.99 to bring you some food. Better tip that driver. Shoot, better tip that driver. He can't live off $1.99, no offense. But go ahead and Google the fees that they get. They don't get very much because I used to drive for Uber and Lyft. I get what they get. In the long run, it might work out, but it sure didn't pay for all them bed bugs that ended up in their car, did it now? No, it didn't. The bed bug spray, this one guy was on the news recently talking about he is so busy spraying cars for bed bugs, and they're Lyft and Uber drivers. Isn't that kind of crazy right there? It's gotten bad, I guess. Mr. Heinisch, if you tell me the country, I'll make sure I put it in there. It'll be a quick whiff. I will definitely put it in there. However, If you tell me your country later, this will be later because I'm going to get busy here in a minute. Email me, okay? And your country might not be accepting mail. We might not. We might have a hold. By the way, we do have that. I can cover that if you like. Sweden, okay. I think you didn't try to order from Sweden. Go try to order. If not, it will be fixed later. Because I shipped to Germany. I've shipped a lot to Germany, actually. Germany, Australia. Sweden's easy, and I'm pretty sure you're not on the do not ship list. Sweden, I'm going to do this, add it. I got some good news, though. I want to tell y'all some good news. You know, as these companies are closing down, and many companies are closed right now. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Hainish. I will fix that after the feed if you can just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me, man. You got to tell me these things. I had to add Guam the other day. I was like, man, I'm really messed up. I didn't have Guam. You got to add the whole world. So I haven't added the whole world. My bad. But if you let me know, I'll add your country. And while you're here, let me just glance at the list. How about that? Let's go ahead and glance. Let me pull it up. Because I'm a shipper, right? If you need something, boy, you better tell me. I just shipped over some silicone head something to Guam. She said, Dede, I need these. Can you get them to me? I said, yeah. She goes, order it for. She paid, obviously. Order those for me. Charge me for what that. She goes, we can't get it here in Guam for till June. Do you know I got her order in 2 days and shipped it in 1 day, and she's gonna have it in 2 days? If you need a little something worldwide, tell me, and I'll put it on my site for you. Now let's see if I can get this list here. Let's see if I can get it quickly. I don't want to waste too much time now. That's how many pictures I have. Okay, I went way too far back. I must have skipped something. Okay, bear with. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and I'll just read over some of these, and I'm not going to say them properly. I'm sorry. This is just going to suck. This is a list of those countries or places that we are not able to ship to right now. Up my volume. You got it. Is that better? That little better? Mo better? I'm kind of loud now. Maybe turn down your volume on your side. Hey, Callie, I actually was talking about you just now. Okay, here we go. Angola. Man, I got too much glare. Benin, Bolivia, Botswana, Cameroon, Cayman Islands, Chad, Congo, Ecuador, Fiji, French Polynesia, Gambia, Guatemala, Guinea, Herzegovina, Honduras, India, islands, some certain islands, Kuwait, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Lebanon, Libya, Madagascar, Malawi, Maldives. Oh, okay, you know. Moldova, Mongolia, Mozambique, New Caledonia, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Rica, Samoa. Oh man, Samoa can't get ordered. Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Seychelles, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Tajikistan, Tanzania, Timor-Leste, Tonga, Uganda, Uruguay, Vanuatu, Venezuela, Zimbabwe. Those countries are not able to get orders right now, okay? So if you're in those countries right now, guess what? If you have, and I had a tear the other day. A friend of mine's son is stationed over there in Kuwait, and we talked. She ordered face masks. I called her up. She said, thank you for your service, Dede. I said, thank you for your son's service. She said, he's in Kuwait. And I said, you know what? They just put Kuwait on the do not ship to list right now because of COVID-19. And I said, I'm real sorry. Make sure you know that, because if you're trying to ship an order to your son, he won't be able to get it. All right, so let's go on with this email before I start crying. Now, listen. Christina's here. You can hardly hear me as well? Well, let me play with this here. Let's see what's up. Let's see if this one here. Oh, maybe it's this volume. I don't know. I don't know if it's that. How about this now? I'm pretty loud. If you can't hear me now, we're going to have problems with the conversation. Got you all up on my lips and everything. Can you hear me? Yeah, it's low. I can hear you. Man, I think you guys need to adjust your YouTube volume as well as the computer or device volume. Adjust your volumes, man. Because I'm a pretty loud person. What up? What's up? Okay. I got this. Look. What is that called? Copy over. Copy over. I'm going in. Breathe. Copy over. Okay, here we go. We got an email from Christina back on April 10th. Turn up your computer volume and turn up the YouTube volume. See, this is way up in my face. I never talk to it in my mouth. This is way up in my face. Copy that. We're going in. I would already give COVID-19 to my speaker. Come on now. Okay. I hope it works out because when I get her on the phone, y'all ain't gonna hear nothing if I don't have problems now. So let's get a test now. Yeah, let's get a test. Let me know if you can hear this. Because it's a whole hour conversation. I need to get a pedestal. Don't go nowhere. I'll put you on intermission. Smash that like button. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I know you guys can hear me now. A little something, something. You can hear me now, can't you? Man, that's that like button. I'll be right. Oh, that's my phone. I was like, man, everything's messed up. Okay, here we go. Listen. Let me see what I got here. This will be my tester. You guys ready for this? I'm supposed to kind of make you laugh too, okay? So just laugh, okay? Can you hear you breathing? If you can hear me breathing, I think we'll be all right. But it keeps hitting my lip for real. Okay. Here we go. It's all up in my nose now. Come on, y'all. Stupid. All right. Let me know if you can hear this. Here we go. We need to do a quick test. You ready for this? A little something, something. Okay, I'm here. Hold on. Okay, wait. Let me get this on a speakerphone. Bear with me now. Just bear with me here. We don't want to wait till the call and then I'm sitting here struggling. If she pay for an hour at a time, we got to give her an hour of time. You feel me? Here we go. It's not working out for me. It's on speakerphone, girl. Oh, wait, here we go. Let me check that. Dang. It's all these, see, that's why I started early. It's 10 minutes. I can't even read all these emails I got from her.
Happy, and I just need to know when you're going to have your $29.99 grooming, your security.
Could you even understand what that was about? Could you hear it? I mean, could you hear the voice at least? Yes or no? Barely. Okay, well, when I've got my phone charging now. So later I'm going to put it right up against my face, okay? Okay, hold on. This'll be Don't worry, you don't need to look at me. You just need to hear it. Here we go. You don't even need to hear what she says because you can't. I can't even understand her myself. Just tell me if you can hear the voice. Here we go. Oh yeah, you heard $29.99? Shit, we're fine. Shoo.
Hi, Dede. My name's Kathy.
Right? I know you heard that. I know you heard that because that was loud. That was loud over here. Okay, we're set. Let my phone charge so we got enough time for the hour call she's going to make with me. And while it's charging, excuse me. This is a big deal. You better get your stuff set up. She said, "This is Kathy." Okay. I heard it loud and clear. Okay, here we go. First thing I'm going to do is read our email. And I know some of y'all got here and you're like, come on, get to the point. No, we got to talk a little bit. Let me tell you something. If you're going to groom your own pet, I'm tired of people thinking they can do it in an hour. You're not going to be able to do it in an hour. You can't watch me in an hour and think you're going to just copy. You're going to run into problems. You're going to run into snags. You're going to run into mats. You're going to run into a hot blade. You're going to run into a dog that you own that don't want you touching it. You are going to, there's going to be some problems. Especially like that first time you go do something, you'll be like, well, I need the groom loop. Oh, she told me I was going to need that, and I didn't believe her. Now I need to go get it. That's what training is all about, right? So if you don't have training, you don't have the ability to get training, except for what we're going to do right now, this is important, right? All right, so I really blasted my sound now. So hopefully you guys can hear something. Okay, I've never had to blast my sound like this, so I don't know what the deal is. As long as you guys can hear me out, I'm good. All right. Here's the email. We're going to run into, we got a call here. And I might want to set a timer here. Oh, wait, not that one. We're going to call, I'm going to do 6:59, 6:58. I'm going to talk fast. You better listen quickly. Smash that like button if you're happy. All right, and we're going to get into this real quick. I'm going to try not to read anything I'm not supposed to read, so here we go. On April 10th, Christina emailed me, and we talked on the phone. I've already invested time to her. Thank you so much. I can order okay, so we already talked on the phone. She ordered some stuff. I let her know what's this and that. What about those clippers? What are you doing? What kind of dogs? I took all these notes, okay? And I said, look, I need you to go ahead and order the clippers first. And as she's ordering, I'm refunding shipping, because I'm going to consolidate all the shipping. And I wanted her to know I'm very serious. I'm not sitting on your money. Here's the back. Here, but she's ordering all these things separately. Because she's about to do everything I've been doing at home in a week. Okay? So now she emailed me back and said, so at this point, I've sent her my tool list. I told her take a few days to read over it. Don't rush this. Don't rush grooming your own dog, or you are going to injure someone and you're going to be in the vet's office, which I don't want you going nowhere. I don't want you leaving the house. And she's now saying, I ask you your height. When you buy she bought a table. I ask you, how tall are you? I don't ask you how much you weigh, but how tall are you, right? Because I need to know. I need to help you out. I need to picture and envision what you're doing and where you're doing. And guess what? You might not need a table. And by the way, tables are almost sold out worldwide. You know why? Guess where they're made? Where's everything made? Man, I hope America wakes up and brings back some of the inventions and some of the things that are being made, brings it back home. Wake up, America. Dede, thank you so much. I can order the risers now if you think that is best. I'm trying to find everything I need for the rest of the order. Should I wait to talk to you tomorrow, or should I purchase an hour time frame thing for all of my questions? Laugh out loud, I'm a weirdo, and I talk way too much. I'm going back over the shortcut to find out what else I need. I'm so grateful for you. I have to also do a review and send a shout out on Facebook about you as well as Yelp. Wow, I didn't know she was going to do all that, but thank you, girl. Praise God. Woo! I for sure am putting your name out there. Woo! That's what I like, baby. I have a lot of friends on Facebook whom are animal lovers, so I hope some of them check out your store and your YouTube videos. Also, I'm so sorry you get so much crap from people. I have not seen the things that have been said. However, June's video that I watched halfway through talked about it. So glad you keep your spirit up. When I have more money to donate, I will, lady. Woo, thank you so much, Christine. With social media, people just are not scared because they can hide behind who they really are, which is just sad. Ain't that the truth? As you say, trust no one. I'm a very trusting person, but I have also been looking around at a video for grooming shihtzu since I purchased my babies a year ago, and so far you are the only person I've been able to watch, and you talk and tell us what you are doing. And that is very difficult if you know nothing about fully grooming your animals. I also love that you are from Texas. I was born in Nebraska but lived most of my life in Texas from an elementary school to my last year in junior high. Then from there on, we moved a ton. Sounds like a lot like me. After that, I was never in a school longer than half a year. I'm right there with you, girl. Well, maybe not half a year, but every couple years we left. I wish I could say it was because my stepfather was in the military, but that is not why. Oh, I don't know if I should say this. I'm so sorry, Christine. Let me ask permission on that. By the way, thank you for your service. On my dad's side of the family, we have all branches of the military, and my brothers and cousins have all served in the Army. I will continue to Anyways, I will continue to type extremely long emails because I am stuck at home and don't have contact with humans outside of the ones I am caring for. I can still cuddle my puppies, though, thank goodness. Have a wonderful evening, and I'm going to keep on studying so I can order before you run out of things. Now, this little old lady, I don't even know that. I love referring to little old ladies, okay? Now, she did text me a lot today, and I'm going to read what she wrote because I got 2 minutes to do so. Now, because I didn't save her number, blink, 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 blink. First of all, I said, can I do this on YouTube? And she's like, kind of like, okay, laugh out loud. And I was like, there's a lot of you, and I know because I've been talking to you. Right now, you're not supposed to be grooming at all as a groomer. Why? Because if I had COVID-19 and it was just dormant inside of me and I was a carrier, guess what? Guess what? I could maybe give it to your dog, and then maybe your dog, if there's a risk, if there's a what if and you don't know what the answer is, you might want to safeguard, no matter what that safeguard is, in my opinion. So if that safeguard is your life or your dog's health, oh my goodness, I am going to make a call for the better, even if it means I don't get to groom anymore. So here we go. She calls herself a dork. She's so silly. She said, I hope I got the right text here. Okay, yeah. Hey, Dede, do you have time this week for this 1 hour session? I tried to do it on Easter. I called her. The day before Easter, I said, I really need time off. I've been working 18, 19 hours. And she emailed me 11 p.m. I wrote her back. I said, I'm really exhausted. I said, I'm going to try to, I'll see what I feel like on Easter. So Easter, I actually had a little bit of energy. I got some rest. And by mid-afternoon, I texted her. I said, do you want to do it today? She didn't text me back, which is fine. We didn't do it on Easter. So now she said, hey, Dede, can you do it this week? I was like, absolutely. This week? We need to do it now, tonight. She goes, okay. So we worked it up for 7 p.m. Excuse me. So I said, what were you searching for? She goes, I was searching to truly, fully groom my own Shih Tzu. She said, actually, the first thing I searched to begin was trimming my Shih Tzu's tail to stop poop from being in his hair. Because the last time I took him in, they left the hair too long on both of their tails, and after one day, I had to give them both a bath to get the poop out, and my mom told me I should have taken them back, but this time, when I got them, a different person at the groomers did them, and okay, that kind of was choppy. And they seemed more scared when I got them back this last time. What got me to want to do it myself was watching the video of Dirty Charlie from before his eye went blind. And you said in the video, to know how poop gets stuck in their hair, you have to go out and watch how the dog poops. Didn't I say that? And that you always trim to help the client so that they are not having to work so hard to keep it clean back there. So many people who do this don't take that into account. They don't realize how it affects the puppy either. My guys don't like having to have a bath every few days, and trying to wipe it with a wipe is just worse. Sometimes it makes it just go deeper into the hair. Ugh. Gets all clumpy. I also worry about taking my dog to the groomer. I found a good one, but lately when taking my babies there, I have seen more new faces, and this person, we won't say her name, she is not doing the dogs anymore. Her staff is. And I never know what is happening with them or if they are being treated right. They are my children. My kids don't get their hair cut without me, but my puppies do, and they are always shaking when I get them back. Obviously, I can't stay like your clients can because my groomer does not work that way. And I'm not sure too many here do, but my dogs are my children. They are family, and they mean the world to me, so I have to do what is right for them as my children. With dogs, we have to make sure hair is not stuck in their mouths. And hold on a second. I'm going to ask her, can I call you in 5 minutes? Because this is her time. We'll just stretch it 5 minutes. She should be waiting for me at this point, right? But let me see. Okay. Let me send that there. All right. Okay. Let me go back. Yes, oh, she's watching here. Hey, girl. Okay, as soon as we wrap up your text messages, and I'll stretch you. I'll stretch your time, okay? So that you get your 1 hour. Trust me. Just trust me, okay? Just trust me. I'm going to take care of you. Okay, let me see where I left off. With dogs, we have to make sure hair is not stuck in their mouths, not overgrowing on their paws, in their ears, or around their eyes, because it is unhealthy for them and can cause infections, slipping, etc. So it's important to me that I am grooming them properly so they can live happy and healthy. I can go a year without a haircut, but long-haired and medium-haired dogs can't. And no one can go too long without proper care of the nails. So whatever you can do to help people who have their dogs at home and should not be taking them to a groomer now to understand the importance of having the proper tools and doing the proper things to keep their dogs kept during this time is important. On top of that, for people who want to take their dogs back to the groomer when it is safe, know how important grooming is and what all dogs need is so essential for pet owners everywhere. Okay, awesome, this and that. She sent me some pictures, and now we are ready to move forward. So at this point, I'm about to call her up. And if she's watching, you don't have to say nothing if you're not saying anything, but you are saying something. You can say something. And I got my notepad, which you should have, because you're about to ask me an hour worth of questions. I'm going to do my best to give you my opinion. Y'all can say she's going to give her opinion if somebody comes in here trying to act like this and that. This is my opinion. I've been grooming since 2003. I've worked for corporate, PetSmart when I started. That's where I learned. And then I worked for veterinarians. I worked alongside veterinarians. That means I was my own business alongside veterinarians. And then I worked for myself. I am college educated. I have a bachelor's degree in international business. I've been grooming since 2003. I've run my own business since 2005. I have run my business around aggressive senior and disabled dogs in a 1 hour time frame grooming, and that's who you're talking to right now. I've been grooming on YouTube for at least 9 years, live, which means I put myself out there on the spot with no editing. And I have grown my YouTube channel with a little bit of assistance from someone else, David, for a little while he was with the company. I just want you to know who you're talking to right now. I love what I do, and because of this COVID-19, I've had to revamp my scenario in order to help you out just a little bit, which means I'm going to coach you. You can book coaching on myfavoritegroomer.com under the business section. You can also support my business in order to keep it alive by shopping with me, sharing, subscribing, liking, watching ads on YouTube, watching my YouTube channel, sharing, liking, all that good stuff. You can also pick up little things like gifts and face masks if you don't have a dog or a cat for grooming. And you can also donate here on the stream if you want to. And let's do this. Here we go. I wanted to say that because there's a lot of folks that are new at watching YouTube right now because they're all trying to figure it out, just like her, how to groom their dog at home. I don't know what we're going to work with, but I know what I'm going to do is try to be as effervescent as possible and try to give her my honest opinion about something. And let me scoot forward so I can get this. Okay, we'll see. We'll play with the sound. Y'all let me know how the sound goes. Look at that face. All right, girl, here we go. Let's make it happen. It's currently 7:05. You got to keep track. This is your time, and I value your time. Do you have FaceTime? We can turn it into that after I get you on the phone, girl. Okay, let's get you on speakerphone. I'm glad she was already watching because she already know what's going on. Okay, hey, girl, what's up? Let me make sure you're loud. I'm going to flip you around this way. Okay, yes, and turn down your YouTube.
Yes, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, I got you between my legs here, so you're real close. I'm trying to get it, Callie. Okay, let's see. Come on now. Let's see if this works. Okay, girl, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear us on YouTube? Can you hear Christine on YouTube? Christina. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Christina, thank you so much for letting me record and go live. This is super fun for me to be able to kind of do a few things at one time. I'm going to try to do my best in listening to what you need and then answering you with my best answer.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, great. Let's do this.
All right. So as far as their faces go, right now I'm watching your face trimming video. Because obviously, as you can see, the light brown one, the mostly white one, it's a very dirty face. So keeping that clean and because obviously shihtzus, their teeth rot really quickly if you don't take care of them well. And the hair getting in their mouth also doesn't help in that matter. It helps continue to get dirty things in there. So as far as like keeping their faces, I get kind of scared when it comes to the shear and the scissors. And then obviously I bought the blade or the what do you call that? The clipper, shihtzu clipper. But I guess when I'm like talking about their faces and their feet, my biggest question is, because obviously I've never done this before with my animals, and we can't really do a one-on-one training. So the scary part is knowing the exact like blade that I need to use and whether or not it'd be best, considering I've never done this before, having like are they called glides?
Guard?
Guards, thank you.
Okay, so I'm here. I want to break down your question. So question one maybe is, how do I keep the hair out of the mouth?
Yeah, like as far as like, obviously if you let it grow out, it's going to get in their mouth and it's going to get in their teeth. And so keeping that clean and clear, because they like to get their faces wet a lot, and so they get dirty really fast. And keeping that cleaned up, especially, and then when it comes to actually grooming them, like once a month or however often I need to, like, get that kind of trimmed up, what's the safest way for me to do it, considering that I'm not a groomer and I don't have the expertise? Obviously, I'm watching the videos, but, you know, that's the scared part, is being at home and doing this, and I do eventually want to get to the point where I'm just doing this for the dogs from here on out, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm not taking them to a groomer anymore. So,
okay.
But obviously, it's a step-by-step process.
Okay.
Because I'm new at this, you know.
So, I want to just let you know, if we draw out the question for a while, then you will have only 2 or 3 questions before your hour's gone.
Yeah.
So, if you wrap up your question quickly, I can get an answer out there, and then we can go next, okay? I want to make sure you get as many I don't know how you have your questions listed out. I hope you have them listed out. That way you can just go bang, 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 okay? I don't want to spend 20 minutes on one question. So just let me say that, and then let's press forward. So if it were me, I'm going to send you a link to a video where I did trim up Saki's face in a parking lot. Then I also want you to watch a minimum of 5 face videos, or fast forward to faces only. You cannot get enough information on the videos that I already have out there, which are free to you, if you just fast forward to the face and watch me do the face, because you're going to learn a couple different things doing faces by already that information that's out there, okay? Now, right this minute, I'm going to tell you what to do. You need to have that, which you do. You got a table and a table arm, and you got the groom loop. Did you get write down groom loop. Make sure you got a groom loop, an 18-inch one. Now, you're going to put...
I got the 18 and 24.
Okay, great.
That's what I ordered.
You will likely use the 18-inch groom loop on the table. It will be tight not tight enough where you can put one finger through it, and you're going to put your finger through there, use your Andis with a tin blade on it, and you are going to learn how to chisel some of that hair off with the tin blade, using the corner tip of your tin blade only, and chisel some of that lip hair off, like... just chisel it. But guess what? You're not going to do that the first time you take that tin blade on the face. The first 5 times or so, you are going to use that clipper on your dog's face, not running. So the first 5 times of 5 minutes practice run is your dog on the table with the groom loop on, tight enough to put one finger in the groom loop and assist it using and angling the chin, your finger, right, in the groom loop, angling the chin with the clipper off and using the corner of the clipper to get up in the face as if you were doing it. This is called a little bit of training with you and your dog, getting it ready, getting yourself ready. And maybe the first couple times when you have the clipper on, you're using your backhand. You're holding the clipper, use your backhand, and you're not even grooming yet. You're training you and your dog to get ready, that flow. And you're going to use the back of your hand and just rub that up and down your dog's back. This is called training. This is not grooming yet. You're just getting that rhythm ready. For when you go at the face, the dog's not panicking because you're acting like the clippers are on, it's brand new, the dog's confused, everything's new. They're like, who are you grooming me right now? Because some dogs at home are the boss. Okay? So you're going to do that training stuff a few times before you start trying to do the grooming. Okay? Okay. Now,
that helps me a lot.
Okay. Do that all first. Okay. Now, when you go to do the lip, looking at the pictures you gave me, their lip is like long. They never did have a real short lip like I do my Saki. So you just might need to watch, I can see that little black skin right there. You might just want to, what you think you want to do might just be right there where that black lip is. Okay? So you play with your dog as you need to, but you use your thumb and whatever finger on your left hand to guide the face and maybe bring your thumb up and hold the muzzle down above. You're going to play around with these tools with your finger and the groom loop, and you're going to be doing this acrobat thing with your finger. As you say, watch a video and do it without the clipper on first. Okay, next question.
All right, next question is, as far as shear and scissors, obviously in a lot of your videos you said, you have to be careful with these things because you're messing with animals. So can we talk a little bit about shears and scissors?
Did you order any?
Go over a little bit of that. I did. I ordered, I just ordered 2 for right now because I don't know how to use them yet. The 8.5 right-handed shears, soft silver, and then a Heritage 8.5 shear. It's the curved one.
Girl, I don't know what I'm printing out here. I didn't print out all your orders, obviously. Okay, you already ordered those?
Yes.
So don't worry. Whatever ends up happening, okay, we'll figure it out dollar-wise. So let me just say, are you afraid to use the scissors because you've never used them before? Yes or no? Don't think about it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
So this is what I'd like you to do. I don't want you to have those scissors yet.
Okay.
How about that? I'm going to do this. Refund the scissors. If you don't have any training, we need to use that money for something else, or I'm going to refund it one way or another. Okay? And the reason why is if you feel uncomfortable, guess what? You invested that money, and those scissors are going to sit there because you're not going to use them. You're going to be afraid to use them. And what are they, $69.99, $100, $99, whatever they are, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
So let's just wait on that for a minute. Okay? And I want to say there's I groomed this dog named Kyrie, and I forgot my scissors. And then I came back later and did a video on using clippers because I didn't have scissors. How to groom your dog using clippers only with no scissors. And I used my clipper that whole dog, including trimming around the feet. I didn't shave the feet. But guess what? I used my left hand as a backer. I went to cut the hair around the feet, pushing that hair into my palm, right? Because you need to have a backer, because you need scissors around the table, right? You have a backer. The table is the backer. So you scissor around the feet, and you have that backer there. So instead of that, I would have the leg up, and I would use the hair around my palm, and I would take my clipper and just boom, 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 boom. Like boom, 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 boom. All the edges of the feet with my clipper. Anything hanging off the dog's feet. Now you can actually take a guard and come down the dog's feet too. And then instead of scissoring around, you're going to clipper around with the palm of your hand, taking down all that. Now if you feel like you want maybe a short scissor, we could do that. Short scissor, blunt, like a bubble tip. And then you can still at least come around the feet. At least you have that one, like baby scissors, starter scissors.
Right. Okay.
Instead of those 8.5s. So I'm going to refund the 8.5s. And we'll do a bubble tip. I think maybe starting off with something inexpensive and where you can still kind of scissor here. And then you can start now kind of playing with the face with the scissor closed. Just like you are going to do with the clippers. You're going to take that scissor and treat it like a comb. You're going to comb the back of the head with the scissors like this. It's going to be closed. But you got your finger in the groom loop. You're holding the dog's head. You're taking your scissor and you're just kind of getting your dog used to you. All this stuff. You see me on the screen looking like an idiot? I mean, like, you're going to take your scissor.
Yeah, I do.
You're going to see okay. And this is going to be like, wow, my dog's going to let me do it. Or the dog's going to be like, ah, and the dog's not going to let you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't we do that? Bubble tip. I'm going to do 6.5 bubble tip to get you started slowly. And when I'm working with sometimes an aggressive dog, I'll take my bubble tip and do this. And then I'll do swipe, swipe. Swipe, swipe. I'll do little swipes just to kind of trick him. Because this is kind of, when you actually start doing stuff like this, it actually plays like a I might, she's petting me. And then you go swipe, swipe. But on Shih Tzus, right here, there's a lot of hair. And right here, there's a lot of flesh. So each dog is different. What I would make sure is I've got my finger here before you even ever do anything, right? You're laying in bed, you put your finger here. How much fatty flesh how much of a wrinkle do I have there? Because if you take your scissor here and you go like you're petting and you do a swipe, 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 and there's fat there, don't think you're going to cut that fat open. That wrinkle that's all hairy, that's folded in there. So it's really good to make sure you understand the dimensions in there. How flat is it? You can't go in there and swipe, swipe if it's a bunch of layers and wrinkles. Okay? Understand that.
Okay.
Next question.
Yeah. All right. Next question is, as far as blade length goes, on the blade, I've got 2 7s, 2 10s, and 1 40. And the 7s more so because just in case during the winter time I want them to be a little bit longer if it gets colder. Because right now we're going up and down with heat and cold.
Did you get a guard set or did you get guards yet?
No, I did not get guards yet. So I wanted to talk to you about the guards because I didn't know what kind of guards to get or what I should go with.
Okay. So I want to say the 10 and the 7 are not that far apart from each other.
Okay.
That's
what I was wondering.
It's
and you always use 10s on Charlie.
Charlie always gets a 10. So short summer cut, and I don't see him for like 3 months, right? Maybe sometimes it was 2 months. And he has a lot of wrinkles on his face, so it's best to use that 10 between his eyes. The 10 blade instead of scissors. It's best because he has a lot of wrinkles in there. So the 10 blade will actually go through, go over a mountain. But scissors, you don't know what you're doing. You're just going to go in there and cut whatever's in your way, and it could be flesh.
Exactly.
So as long as you do that training with that clipper, you may or may not have a dog that'll let you, but you can try. You're going to come do your inverted V with the clipper. Boom, slide out. Boom, slide out. And take that out. Make sure you do that face first or check your blade heat before you come up in the face. If it's too hot, the dog might just pull back because of the heat against the eye, coming at the eye, right? The dog doesn't know what you're going to do. So check your heat first and then come in and, do your eyes. But you might want to just do the 10 blades and then let's change those 7. Let's take the money on the 7s and go with the guard set because that's where you're going to have your length. If you do a guard set, which means you could even do a 2-inch guard, the 2 guard or the 4 guard.
Okay.
Those are my favorites. Guess why? Because you can go forward. That's with the hair. Go with the hair. You can go reverse. Come back. and you can play with the
And
links.
I did notice that on one of the videos.
Right,
that
so
you
I
can
like
go
to play around
forward
with it.
and
You
back.
can go forward and back. And if you go forward, that's with the hair. That's like whatever it is, 1/4 inch. It's gonna leave 1/4 inch. But if you come back, it's gonna take it down just a notch more. If you go reverse against the hair with that same guard, whatever guard you pick. Now, if you do the guard set, you'll have one of all that brand has. If you want to leave your dogs longer later, you can maybe do one guard instead of like 10 different guards. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a whole set, you can say, I just want a couple. I don't need the whole set. Because I'm going to basically, learn to do about 2 or 3 different haircuts, and that's it. But sometimes an artist...
That's how I'm going to learn to do it.
Okay, so let's not do a guard set, but let's do a guard or 2 guards. Because you pay $45 for a guard set or so, where you could spend $15 on 2 guards, right? And put that money towards something else. Okay, so let's do that. Next question.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so as far as the ear cleaning, I purchased the ear cleaning kit for long hair, for hair in the ears. Obviously, with the white dog, Chico does fine with the white dog. His ears are obviously we know dogs with long hair have warm ears. His get excessively hot.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. You said, and I want to make sure they heard you. You said dogs with long hair on the ears have very hot ears, right?
Yes.
So when there's heat in that area, what happens in the ear?
They end up getting moisture. That moisture turns into bacteria, and they get infection.
Right. Is it kind of like a yeast infection?
Yes.
Does it smell like a yeast infection?
He has had that in the past where it has smelled like a yeast infection. I usually keep it pretty clean now, but without the grooming, it's becoming harder.
Absolutely. So how is it looking now? How's it smelling now?
It actually smells pretty decent now because I have these cotton swabs that I use in their ears right now, but it's not the best quality stuff. So it smells good right now, but if I let it go 3 or 4 days,
it'll be back. Yeah.
Yes.
So in my opinion, am I a veterinarian?
No, you're not.
Would your
Are you?
No.
I was going to say, I know you've worked for veterinarians, but I don't think you're an actual veterinarian.
So this is kind of gross, but if you're a woman, you're kind of understand what I'm talking about. Us women may have had a yeast infection at least once in our lifetime, and that sucker is really hard to control, and we've got to do this pH balance thing. We got to eat yogurt and keep ourselves clean and not let it, you got to air dry, right? You don't want to have a bunch of stuff going on where it creates that humidity in that. So this reminds me, in my opinion, my whole career grooming dogs, this is what I have envisioned this like for an animal. So the stuff that you're going to buy in that kit is freaking amazing. It can be sold over the counter, but not very many people have it or use it or sell it. And I had learned about it during a time frame where I did work with a veterinarian. And I found that, wow, this stuff is a miracle, because what might have been a kicking, like what you just said, if you don't do this over and over, it's going to come back in a few days. And in my opinion, as I've seen a lot of dogs face that, even dogs who have seen veterinarians over the course of my grooming career, I have helped them with this product. So when we go through, and I'll brief you on that a lot more, because what I don't want is someone listening to this and then taking my tips and then going and getting something I have no idea what they're buying and where they're buying it and start doing what I'm telling them to do right now. But if you buy that kit, I'm going to tell you later offline exactly the process to do. You are going to want to definitely clean the ear with, first you want to plug the ear, because when you apply ear powder in the ear canal like groomers do, and you pull the ear hair out of just what is in the ear canal itself. Don't worry about all that stuff around out here. When you open up the hair hanging flapping, and you open it back up, you've got this stuff here. Don't worry about all the hair in there. Worry about what's coming directly out of the hole. Okay? Don't get lost in all this, because this is painful stuff. Just focus on what you need to get here. And when you get, and you might need help, because it depends on your dog. And I do a little at a time, little until that hole is clear and open. And then I'm going to take a cotton ball with my cleaner and swab it and clean it out. And then I'm going to flush with that flushing solution. Y'all out there doing your own thing and taking your own fluids and all that, do not follow my advice. I have no idea what you're using. Don't follow it. If I don't know what you're using, I cannot guide you. But I can guide you in what this stuff is. I'm not a veterinarian. If you are having some serious ear issues, you need to see a veterinarian. Okay? All right. So.
And she's 100% correct there, because my dogs are not bad to where they need to see a veterinarian. But if I don't keep up on them, they will have to go to their vet, because we've been there before.
Right. I'll talk to you about that offline, but I'm very curious as to, you you already seen the vet. It sounds like maybe even more than one time for the ears.
When they were little, when they were really little, we had noticed that, literally, I bought them, and then probably 2-3 weeks later, bam, they had, both of them had really, really bad. The thing is, when their ears get bad, and I don't know if there's anybody else that has this experience with their dogs, but they're even more temperamental with their ears if their ears have an infection.
Absolutely. We've seen that, right? There was a Maltese and major ear problems, and he almost bit me. I mean, it was bad. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, they don't bite me, but when their ears are bad, they get temperamental, and right now they just enjoy my fingers in their ear and kind of rubbing them, and they enjoy that right now, but I know if they start getting
it'll be painful.
Angry about it.
Yep, it'll be painful.
Yeah,
and honestly,
I can tell if they get painful.
Yeah, and when they get painful, guess what? You can't pull ear hair. You're gonna have to.
No.
You're gonna have to lay them down on their side, get a sedative. I mean, you know what I mean?
And exactly. Well, and people can just. And if people really want to know how bad that is for dogs' ears, I honestly watched Charlie when his were really bad, and then that Maltese, because they are very hard to handle when their ears are bad. Very hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we have, I have two big questions here. The next one is more about the eye boogers that they get.
You're not going to believe me, but go ahead. Keep going. It's going to be real simple.
And getting those eye boogers cleaned out. I have one that, the white one, he gets a lot of eye boogers, and the brown one, he actually tends to look like he has redness, like allergies. And I know that's more of a vet thing, but being careful when I am grooming their faces with those types of issues.
Let me ask you this. Do you know that either one of them, because are they the same litter?
They are, well, no. They're litter two different. They're born 2 days apart. Their moms are sisters, though.
This is really interesting. So so same bloodline, kind of? Half bloodline.
I don't know a lot about their fathers, but the moms of each of them, they are sisters.
Okay. All right, so for me, let me think here. So Saki is Shih Chihuahua, and I had Shih Tzus. They were mostly like Shih Tzus, but really in truth they were Shih Tzu Pekinese, and they're past now. When they would have eye boogers, I could literally just pop it off, like pop, like that. But your pets, does the eye boogers accumulate where you can just wipe it like that, or are they drooly and weepy and?
They're drooly and weepy. So the white one, the mostly white dog, he's drooly and weepy, and the brown dog, you can usually wipe it. His isn't too bad anymore. It used to be, but now he just seems to be more red around his eyes.
Is the red around the eyes, it's not the same for both dogs?
No.
Is the red around the
Only
eyes?
The dark brown one.
Okay, say that again.
Only the full brown one is the only one that gets red around. The white one, he gets literally his hair around his eyes gets hard because that stuff is so bad in there.
Oh. So that one's okay. I'm writing down flea comb here. Okay, I was seeing if you needed that or not.
And I did get the flea comb.
Great.
I did get the flea comb, and I have been kind of trying to, with the cheap flea comb I have one that's like kind of breaking. I've been trying to get to his eyes with that to see if he'll let me, because there's going to be a lot of training I'm going to have to do with these guys just to get them used to mommy touching
Yep.
the face.
Yep, and so use the tools off, right? Do the training stuff. Do that daily. Every day is one or the other, one or the other. We're doing a little something every day. Training, not the actual event. And then once every month, you actually do the event. Okay? And the flea, so the flea comb, did you already have one now?
It's breaking and falling apart. It's a Conair. It's real cheap. I've had it for a few years because we have my dad's dog too.
Okay.
And so, but I had to get another one, and I really like that Andy's long one, especially when because Rio will try to jump back. He's like, "Don't touch my face," you know.
Okay.
So Rio's the white one. He doesn't like to be handled.
So you do have one that you're using, and have you been using that on the face for these eye boogers?
I've been trying to with the eye boogers. He has been, and that's how I know I need to do a lot more training with him. Before, I would just take him to the groomer all the time and get it done, and use these cloth wipes for his face. But that only goes so far, and I don't really like all that chemical stuff going into the dogs either. And so, I watched you were the one watching your videos taught me to use that flea comb. So I've been doing it since I started watching your videos, but he's been not very happy with Mom. I think he hates me right now.
No, he just doesn't like you being the boss. That's all. He don't hate you. He doesn't hate you. Get that out. No. But I do want you to do this.
I have to get that out of my face, out of my mind, because I do feel
we talk about that, right?
I groom them and
bad self-talk.
The more I do,
bad self-talk. That's bad self-talk. Okay. So when you do certain things, you have to have a treat or something afterwards every time. Now, if your dog, you got two dogs and one, the allergic thing is bothering me a little bit, and that's a deeper conversation. It's like a whole allergy problem. Now, with the allergy problem, don't let me forget about the treat thing. So the allergy problem is because if I'm telling you to give some kind of treat, listen. Treat, love, do it again. Training, treat, love, do it again. Training, treat, love, do it again. Now, that treat is something, in my opinion, my dog gets to lick that same treat for the entire grooming session and gets to eat it after, not grooming, but whatever session we're doing. That she gets to finally eat that when we're done with our 10-minute training. She doesn't get 10 pieces of chicken, okay? She gets one that she gets to lick every time she does something that I want her to do. So you're doing the training. She's doing what you want her to do. She gets good girl. She gets to lick the chicken. In my opinion, it's chicken for Saki. But Brownie, he's allergic to chicken. I would not do chicken with him. I would do something, a carrot, whatever. And you follow that by love, okay? Positive reinforcement. And you do that over and over and over. And at some point, you don't need to use a treat for training everything you're doing, okay? So at some point, it's just like, oh, good boy. You know, they're okay with that. They'll respond to that. So at some point, the treat goes away, in my opinion. You don't have to feed your dog a bag of treats a week in order to get training done, because you were following it with that positive reinforcement each time they did something that was right. Now, if they're fighting you and biting you, you don't give them a treat during that right there. You don't do that. No. I would be like, no biting. And then you start over. Let me touch your face. No treat for that. No. And then you do it like you gotta catch it. You want the good response fast, right? So as soon as you go, let me touch your face, and you kind of get in there and there's no biting. Okay, now lick the treat. Yay, you didn't bite me. But you have to do that slowly until you understand, the dog understands, okay, no biting. And then tomorrow we'll do some more. And tomorrow, the next day, we'll do some more until you can get further into it. And then you can actually turn the clippers on day 10. You know, you got to get that trust up first. And you do that with treats and love, right? And again, this is my channel, my opinion. Y'all don't have to follow me. But if I'm going to teach you how to do some grooming, I'm going to have to teach you how to do some of these other things too. Now, the allergy thing bothers me.
I think that's important. I think it's important to know to do this because my groomer, she's like, do you work with them at home? And I'm like, not really, because they don't like me too much when I mess with their faces.
Okay.
She's like, you really need to.
Yeah.
But I just stopped doing it because they were just so bad about it.
Right.
And so for everybody out there, honestly, it does help your groomer when you do work with them because it is very hard on our groomers when we don't work with them.
Absolutely. Another thing is maybe, I don't know how you've been doing the training before. If you gave up, make sure the other dog, this is your time with one dog. And so the other dog needs to be.
That's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did I know that?
Now everybody's home, so I can do that. No, you 100% because it's like I've got one dog and the other, they're both there, and it just becomes a mess, and I give up. But now I have somebody here who can take one, and I can take another into a room, and at least go that far, because it has been a disaster trying to train both of them. And I thought getting 2 dogs at one time was a good idea, but it has been a disaster trying to train them.
Well, hey, I think having 2 gives them company.
Yes, because I was in nursing school and gone all the time, so it at least gave them company.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that was bad self-talk. I don't think that that's a bad thing. And now you just change it up. And if you, or no offense, I'm talking to YouTube too. If you have 2 dogs and no one else is at home to separate them, I'm so sorry. You need to put one dog in a kennel or one dog in a bed. Yeah. Separate the situation so you can work with dog number 1 on the grooming table and not worry about dog number 2 running around over here instigating dog number 1's behavior. And trust me, it will happen. I literally would. I would groom back in the day and let the dog run around until I realized that dog peed all over my stuff, or that other dog chewed up everything. How can I babysit that dog running around and do my job properly? And how is that safe? And so I'll get people, I don't want my dog kenneled. Okay, but then you sit outside and you sit in the car with your dog until your other dog's done, because I won't let your dog run around and do whatever he wants to do while your other one's being groomed with sharp scissors on the table. It's not healthy. It's not safe.
No, and they are. I call my 2 double troubles.
Oh, my. So you definitely separate them out when you're doing the train. Okay, you get that. Separate them out.
Okay.
Now, the allergy thing, I'm still bothered by the allergy thing. So the eyes being all seepy and red with that one dog bothers me, because I might want to say you might have a food allergy, you might have some issues, you might have a grass allergy. I don't know, but that's a whole hour discussion in itself. Now.
Right. And we have been watching him on Allergies. We think he was the run. He was super tiny when he was born, and I actually didn't originally purchase him, but when I went there, I got him, and he has had like serious issues since he was born, and so we switched his food 5 or 6 times because of allergy issues, and with this last bit of food, the allergies seem to be getting a little bit better, but it always still worries me. When is it going to flare up again? Because right now his eyes are like good, but who knows? You know?
So let me ask you this.
I don't know what it is.
Let me ask you this. Later on, tell me, not now, write it down. I need to know, or take a picture of the ingredients on the bag, on the back side, down at the bottom. On the back side of the bag, down at the bottom, I need a list of the ingredients. And if the top 1 of 10 ingredients is something like barley or rice or wheat or filler, then that may be the answer. And then maybe if it's all chicken, that might be the answer, in my opinion. And then 3, does it have fish oil in it? Those are, so chicken is chicken. First it's filler, then I'm looking for chicken or whatever proteins. I want to mark it down, whatever proteins are in there. Does it have fish oil, which would be a good thing. And if it doesn't have fish oil, we might do an addition of fish oil in the diet just in the for 30 days and see if that helps this little problem that you might be seeing. And it may not. Gotcha. And then another thing is, are both dogs being switched over on the dog food because of one dog's red eye problem?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Because I didn't know how to get, because, the white one is super vicious with the food. So if the brown one's trying to eat the white one, and once again, you've already said it, I should do this, and I didn't do it, is separating the 2 of them. so that they can eat. And I have not done that. So that's, that's part of the issue. And so you've already touched on that. I need to learn to separate the dogs and not feel like not feel evil because I'm separating the two.
Okay. Tell yourself, I'm not evil. Everybody,
I'm not evil.
Everybody, you all say it with me. Just say, I'm not evil.
I'm not evil.
Okay. And what else? This whole evil word, get it out of your head. I don't want to hear that out of your mouth anymore. I'm not evil.
Okay.
Say it. I'm not evil.
I'm not evil.
I'm not evil. Okay. I'm not evil.
I'm not evil. I'm not evil.
Okay. And I want you to say, I'm the boss.
I'm the boss.
Say it again. Say it with me, you two.
I'm the boss.
I'm the boss. Okay.
I'm the boss.
Say this. I'm my dog's leader.
I'm my dog's leader.
Say it again.
I'm my dog's leader.
I'm my dog's leader. Gosh, Dede. I'm my dog's leader. I'm my dog's leader. I'm my dog's leader. My dog loves me.
I'm my dog's leader. My dog loves me.
You're going to watch this video again, and I really want you to empower yourself. I'm not evil. I'm the boss.
I am, because I've kind of let them rule the roost, and I probably shouldn't.
I want you guys to know this, that a lot of problems that we have with the dogs, aggressive and all that, is guess what? The owner. And the extension of how I feel about myself and how I treat others and what I think and how I speak and how I process and how stressed out I am and how unhappy I am and how I'm being abused or how I've been affected by life, it extends right to my dog. So our dogs lay with us.
It does to your own children.
Thank you. My dogs lay with me, sleep with me, listen to me, hear, feed off of me, act like me. So if you cannot be healthy yourself, how can you expect the extension of you, which, by the way, a dog's going to love you more the dog is going to love you like a God would love you. So if a dog is going to extend what you're doing to it and still love you for it, then you might find later, and this sounds crazy, that's why your dog may be a little aggressive, may not let you do things because there's just an extension of you and they're getting away with it. So if we reflect our stress and our overworkedness and our tiredness and all these things, but yet we accept their love, then what we can do just a little differently is go, you know what? I recognize that I need to fix a few of these things for my own health, which means I might need to do, my mom said, you need to do yoga. You're overworking yourself. You need to calm down, take off the coffee, and do yoga. And my mom might be a little something, but she has a lot of wisdom. So
don't they though?
Well, a grain of salt. Take everything for a grain of salt. Don't believe everything you hear, just in case. Don't tell I'm evil. No, honey, you're not evil. No. You're not evil, and your dog doesn't hate you for looking at its ears. He's just bossy, and maybe the ears are painful. That's all.
Yeah, and after the first the first few experiences when they had those those infections, it was just it broke my heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like, oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So then let's go right back to the ears for just a minute. If it were me and my dog's really painful ears, guess what? I'm just going to Q-tip it a little bit and pour a solution. Q-tip it the next day and pour a solution. I'm not going to mean, hurtful animal in the ears. I'm not going to make them suffer by pulling all that ear hair out. I'm going to make it a workaround, but I need to clean and flush the ear out. And we can talk about that a little bit more offline. Don't let me forget.
Later. Yeah. No, I won't let you
If your
forget
dog
it.
is like snarling and in pain and all that stuff, and you need to clean them, but you got ear hair in the way, there is a little way, but you got to do it 2 or 3 times a day. We got to do something. But don't pull the ear hair out in that moment with a dog that has so much pain. Or you're right, it will be traumatic for life. Yeah. You'll go to just touch the ear to pet it.
All the time.
Yeah, you'll pet the ear and go. He'll be like, and you're not even doing anything. You're just petting him now.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And I hear you. You were dead right about that.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay. So we talked about the food. Okay. Here on the face, I need you to. This is so simple, and it doesn't. I don't have to. It doesn't cost anything. I want you to wash your dog's face with a you might be able to get a Hawaii towel. I got some cute Hawaii towels on my website. The dogs have their own face towel, and it is a routine. You wash their face every day, period. If you're up for it, twice a day, just with soap and water, or just water. How about that? You do that every day.
Okay.
Every day, no skip. If you skip, you slap yourself on the hand. You skip today, you're bad. Don't skip. Every day, just water, wash their face every day. And you do that for a year or two. And I want you to give me feedback in 3 years, if I'm still alive. You give me feedback and say, Dede, you know what? It's been 3 years. I've been doing it every day. And now I don't have to do it anymore. What if I told you that's a possibility? Okay. So between the age of how old? Go ahead.
They are only 1 year old.
1 year old.
They're literally 1 year and 2 months old.
There's Kim's question.
December,
okay. So they're 1 year old, and so my mom babysat my dogs for a year and a half when I was in Guam in the military, and Duke would have runny eyes all of the beginning of his life. And she washed his face with just water, soap and water maybe, but water. Just washed his face every day, every routine. My mom is obedient. She washed his face every day. I don't care if she was sick or not. She washed his face every day. In 2 years, he never had a drippy eye again. Now, you can believe me or not believe me, but I don't want you to believe me. I want you to do it. And you don't need...
Nothing's gonna hurt by washing their face, so...
What's it gonna hurt? Oh, gosh, Dede, it's gonna take up my valuable time.
Oh, my gosh.
Wash their face every day with water. And when you bathe them, you know, you might do a little tearless shampoo around the face and all that, but every day you wipe their face down. And then you also cut the eyelashes. Cut the eyelashes and be careful, but trim those so that they're not feathery and causing, like, every time they blink, it's all up in their face, causing more watering. Right. Okay? And right. Let's just talk in 3 years. You have to let me know, because some people don't come back. They don't do the obedience and actually do the things I tell them to do. You tell me in 3 years if it worked.
Okay.
You're gonna have your Shih-Tzus, hopefully an
no
average of.
Told me that before.
It's okay. I'm here now. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you what a veterinarian once told me. A veterinarian once told me. I said, let me see here, Dr. Snodgrass, do you? I wanted to sell this product. Why? Because some people asked me about it, angel eyes. And I asked the doctor that I worked alongside with, amazing doctor here in Fort Worth. And I loved him. He helped me with Sui's passing away. He was there for Duke's passing away. I mean, he's been there for me. And I said, I want to carry this product and tell me what you think. And I told him what it was. It was called Angel Eyes, and it was supposed to help with tears and all this stuff. And I said, but it's like a pill. Or it's like, I think there's a solution I put in the water. It was just a little, all these different things. And I'm not, you guys do what you want. I'm not talking bad about Angel Eyes. It was just something I really wanted to sell because people asked me about it. And he said, Dede, if you want to add anything to their diet, if you want to add anything to their water, including what do they sell to add to the water? Dental stuff, dental teeth stuff. I don't really know. I don't do any of that. But I'm going to tell you something I do add to their water in a minute. But he said, Dede, if you're going to add anything like that and you do it for the rest of their life, what could it do? And I thought, well, if I take Excedrin every day, it's really going to tear up my kidneys. I know it's probably already have with my migraines. Right. So I don't really want to take, I try not to do something the same every day. And boy, I need to get off the Starbucks. But you don't want to do something to yourself, chemical-wise, right? Every day that's not, say, from the earth? Right. Is that safe to say?
Yep.
So, I don't know what it is that you're looking at. I don't know what you're giving. I don't know none of that. But your bottle will say, read the bottle. Don't listen to me. Go look at the freaking bottle. Go look at the bag. Go look at the whatever. Look at the thing. And even then, guess what? Nothing's 100%. So what if something that's not under FDA approval, what if it slipped through because they don't have to be approved? And there's stuff in there that you don't know what it is. So if you want to give a treat, give a carrot, right? If you want to give a treat, give an apple. Give something that is from the earth. So that's why you'll see on my website, I don't sell a lot of treats. I don't sell a lot of things that are just to eat. I want you to give what's real from the earth, okay? So, going back to what this eye thing, you wash their face every day. If you want to add any of this stuff, this chemicals or whatever, read about it. Something I started doing when I started carrying and using essential oils is when if you have lemon essential oil over the real stuff, either Young Living or doTERRA oil, or if you need some, you can buy it on my website. If you have real essential oil that doesn't say will hurt you if you touch it, okay, something that's real with lemon, and you drop a real lemon, if you squeeze lemon on a banana peel, it's not going to do anything. But if you squeeze real lemon, on a styrofoam cup from your favorite drive-thru, guess what's going to happen? It's going to eat up that styrofoam because the styrofoam is toxic. It's made with chemicals and da-da-da-da. So during a doTERRA lesson I was in, she dropped the oils in the styrofoam cup, and within the hour, she showed us the bottom was a whole circle empty. I could see right through it. And that was and she dropped a little drop on the banana peel, which it did nothing from it. Nothing happened to the banana peel because it was from the earth, right? So I actually do a glass bowl, and I did this study on my own dogs, but I have a stainless steel bowl, which is really great because it keeps things really clean. Stainless steel is really clean. That's why you see it in a veterinarian's office, in a doctor's office. You're sitting on a stainless steel, okay? Your dog's on a stainless steel table. It's really clean. It doesn't have a lot of pores that will let parvos sit there. So you have I have a stainless steel water bowl. I have a glass water bowl. I have water in them. I have a drop or 2 or 3 of lemon essential oil in the water bowl that's glass to help cleanse my dog's organs when they drink, just like I do for myself in a glass water bottle with lemon oil in my glass, because it's a cleansing tool that's from the earth. That's what I do with that. So isn't that cool? So that would be one of the only things I add. Right. That's one of the things that I would add to my pet's water, but nothing else. Okay? So, okay, next question.
I was thinking about that with my dogs. Okay.
Right.
Next question is, and I don't know if we can cover it, is paw or nail care with our dogs. Obviously, we cannot take our dogs to the groomer. Well, we shouldn't be taking our dogs to the groomer right now. The majority of groomers are closing down and shouldn't be doing business. Our dogs' nails get long, and my groomer suggested a Dremel, but didn't suggest how to use that Dremel. So,
did you buy a Dremel yet? I think you asked me about that. Get the Dremel or the...
Yeah. You told me the Dremel or grinder, and you told me go ahead and get the Dremel. So, that's the hard part when you don't know, because obviously I don't know how to use. I personally stay away from dog paws because I'm afraid.
Right, but there's no choice now.
My other dog.
You have no choice now, right?
No, there isn't a choice now. So now we don't have a choice. So now what do we do?
So I'm going to do a video on that. But I think I have a bunch of nail videos to help you a little bit. But if you're not going to trim the nails, I'm literally going to use the Andis nail grinder, and then I'm also going to use the Dremel. And I've done some grooming with the Dremel. I'll find the Dremel videos for you, the nail grinding videos, and you can kind of get an idea. But I'm going to do, like, say, brownie here at my house, okay? I'm going to do that pretty soon. And when I do that, then it's going to be like, what are you supposed to do with the nails right now at home, and how can you do it? And I've already done some stuff like that. So let me, I'll email that to you later. So I'll send you a link, and you can watch some of the videos, and just kind of, why not? You're going to watch videos anyway when you're tired, so just kind of get an idea. What's she doing? How's she holding? Write down some tips. Don't ever lay there, no offense, don't lay there and just watch without a notepad, because I think you should have a notepad if you're going to do some of these things for yourself. You should have that notepad to take notes, because you're going to forget what video it was on and where it was at for you to go back and reflect and do it or follow along. Exactly. And then while you're in your... Go ahead.
I'm trying to spend literally, like, because we're having to do this at home, and I really, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with my dog. I am literally spending an hour a day with a notepad, and even if it's just one video, rewinding it to find, and that way, and also to find questions, for you, etc. for things that I'm unsure about, etc. Because when you don't know what you're doing, the videos have been just absolutely helpful to, first off, make me feel a little less scared to mess with my dogs in that sense of brushing them and doing the things. Like, there were certain videos of yours where you could touch the dog and do certain things. Every time I heard my dog whine, I would be like, oh, no, gotta stop. You know, every time he would just whine a little bit when I'm brushing them. And just watching your videos have helped so much to take that scaredness away. And yes, it's okay if they have a little knot in their hair or whatever. You can comb it or determinate it or whatever. What do you call that? Where you get the knot out of their hair?
Demat it.
Demat it. And it's okay to do that. You're not gonna, as long as you're not overdoing it with your dog, you're not gonna seriously hurt them. And that made it a little bit easier to start getting to the other things that are so important that we do.
Right.
The groomers typically do for our dogs, because those are the things that we have to be careful about, because we can seriously hurt our dogs if we don't know what we're doing.
Right.
So yeah, watching the videos, and so yeah, in order for me to do this, like, my thing is watching the videos at least an hour every day for the ones that pertain to Chico and Rio, and making my notes. Then once I get the table and stuff, like, the first thing I was going to do before you told me about the, putting the thing without it on around their face, etc., and just doing that, was also training them with Mom to be on that table and sit still and using, the little mini things and so forth, and just, training them to, it's okay to be on the table and the bath, it's okay to take a bath.
Right.
Type thing.
Who's the boss?
So, exactly, because I'm not very good. I'm really good at being a boss with my children, but they're teenagers now, and these are like my third, your last baby of the family. And you kind of let them go free, and that's not always a good idea when it comes to dogs.
No, you can't. Can't let them go free. No.
Nope. No, I'm learning that, because we've had to put, like, so much stuff up. We have to keep doors closed because they get into everything, right. And it's like,
you can't let it go.
The best job at training them. No. So yeah, it's really those things, because even, someday I really want to be able to come down in Texas and really, bring these two and be like, okay, I really want to learn how to groom these guys perfectly, as perfectly as I can. But obviously, we're in COVID-19, and I'm not going to be able to do that for a long time.
Right.
But at least getting as close as I can right now to at least keep them as healthy as possible until I can get to those points, because, I might be able to go a year without cutting my hair, but my dogs can't go a year without their nails being trimmed or their hair being cut.
Right, especially the nails, right?
Trimmed. Oh, my gosh, yeah. Yeah, it's so, like, people don't realize, because my dad waited too long on his rat terrier. He let his nails grow, and his nails literally bent under and went into the paw. And I had to take him to the vet and actually have them pull that out, and they had to cut open the paw and then just to get the claw out, because
your
my dad
did?
let it go too long. Yes, yeah, before he had his stroke, I don't know why, I guess maybe he didn't think it was important, and the groomer would no longer do, because his dog, Mowgli, who's like 18 years old, at that time he was about 12 or 13, he was still very aggressive, so the groomers wouldn't do it, and my dad didn't have the money, I guess, to take him to the vet to have it done. So when he had his stroke, I came and I had saw how bad his paws were, and I immediately took him to the vet, and I'm like, nope, we can't have this. And then I had my mom take him for a little while I was trying to deal with my dad in the hospital and all that stuff, because yeah, he was not doing the necessary things that the dog needed in order to be healthy. That to me is neglect of your animal, and as much as you don't have the money, if you don't have the money to take care of your animal, you should not have it. Because it's just like having your children. You find ways to get help if you are having a hard time, like some people are right now. You find ways to get help. But when you have an animal, or you choose to get an animal, you have to really be financially prepared to have that animal.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to
so,
show you something here real quick. So for those of you that are right now in the middle of, I need to do nails right away. So you're going to have a nail here, right? You're going to have some nails like this. Does that look right? Yeah, this looks right. So if you've got a nail,
Yeah.
I'm going to cut this to the chase. I can't tell if this nail is your dog's or if this nail is your dog's, or for that matter, if like this is your dog's nail, right? Here.
Right.
And I don't know where the vein or vessel or bloodline or whatever you want to call it out there, the vein, I don't know where that's at in all of these nails, because every dog's nail is different, and every dog's nail on that dog is actually different than the one next to it. So you can't go, that's why I hate those guillotine clippers that look like this. They have a guillotine clipper like this, where you have to actually put the nail into that. Hold on, bear with me. You actually have to put the nail into the guillotine, right? Because then this guillotine right here, the guillotine style nail clippers, you have to put the nail in there. Sorry, it's all backwards. You have to put the nail into that, but guess what? Every nail is different. So, and every vein in the nail is at a different location. So if I'm using the same tool in only one way, then how can I, unless you really know what you're doing and you can take the guillotine and I know I can use it, but I hate those. I'm not going to use it because it's a full slice. Like when you guys watch war movies when they used to use the guillotine, it's just taking off someone's head. In the slavery days and all that, just like boom. So you don't get to chisel it. You don't get to move around the whole, like scissors. You can't just go, you have to actually go, it's got to fit in this hole exactly here and before I can cut it. So I don't use those. So I sell the nail clippers on my website that are kind of like scissors, like this, boom, 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 boom. Construction scissors. Now, every nail is different. So if I were going to tell you that you need to do nails today or it's going to curl into your dog's foot, at that point, if it's like this, hold on, if it's like, okay. If it's like this, okay, and then here's the flesh. You better just take that sucker off somewhere in there. You better just get it off the ground. If this is your nail, and this is the body here, and this is your nail, and it's curled around and it's almost going to go into the body, you better just take it off. It freaking doesn't matter, in my opinion. You better get it off of the body. Okay? Now, if you, and mind you, am I looking at how can you take training from over the internet, and I don't even know what I'm looking at? So you need to take it like a grain of salt and go, let me just take a little bit of what Dede's saying and look at my dog and look at my dog's nail and just take a little bit about what she's trying to help me see for myself, because I am not looking at you or your dog or your dog's nail, and I'm not your veterinarian, and I'm not your groomer because I'm not even there. You are watching this here on the internet. You can't learn to be a beautician all online. You need to touch some hair, okay? So if I had this nail, this one here, boy, my nails look like crap right now. If I had this nail here, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually just recommend, because you don't know what you're doing, right? You don't know what you're doing? You're going to just take a tiny bit off. Look. I just took a tiny bit off. Okay? And I just took a tiny bit off, and the rest of it I'm going to work with my Dremel or my grinder. And guess what? If you don't know what you're doing, I want you to work with that nail every Friday. Every Friday night before you go and relax in your bed or whatever, before you take a shower really, you're going to grind a little bit around that nail. That's what I would do if I didn't know what I was doing. In my opinion, I think some groom salons do that with the Dremel because some people don't know how to find the vein, and they just take off whatever they want to take off, and every time they hit the vein. So I don't want you to take off very much. I don't want you to take off.
I will tell you, that has happened to my dog. Somebody has cut my bigger dog, cut their nail so bad that he bled, and even the quick stop wouldn't stop it.
That means they were in it deep. It was full on. And you know what happens is when that heart, this is why you know it's a vein. It's when the heart's beating, guess what happened? Booch, 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 booch. The blood hits like that. And if you are...
We actually never took them back. It actually happened at PetSmart.
Thank you, Kelly.
We never took them back again.
And so
we never took them back again.
If Renee's out there, Renee works at PetSmart or did, was a groomer at PetSmart, and her and other PetSmart employees had let me know, because I worked at PetSmart, I learned how to groom at PetSmart. And at the time, we didn't use Dremels. We did not have a Dremel to use. But now, they would tell you, this is what I've heard, they would tell you, use a Dremel first, right? Don't do that, because what it does is so much damage. If you don't know what you're doing, and you did right there what you just said, they cut your dog's vein so deep that even the quick stop wasn't going to touch nothing. It was just going to keep pulsating and doosh, doosh, coming out everywhere, blood's everywhere. It looks like a massacre. All because of one toenail.
I thought she was going to die. I really did.
Yeah, it's scary. It's all over. It's all over the place.
It's scary.
It's scary. And
they said nothing to me. I picked my dog up, and all of a sudden, we get in the car, and there's blood all over.
Right. It's real scary, and us groomers, we're scared to talk about it. You know why? No one wants to talk about an injury, and I can understand. No one wants to talk about an injury, especially when you feel like it's your fault. So we have this thing, in my opinion. This is my opinion. We have this thing of like, well, you went to the barber, and if you got nicked on the back of your neck, which has happened to me more than once, and at the time it happened to David a lot. A lot of barbers would tell us, I've been fading heads for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. It doesn't mean you're not going to nick. I've learned that. It doesn't mean you're not going to nick the back of my neck. Because, look, I get fades, too. And I fade myself. I never nick myself. I faded myself twice already since I've been home. And I have not nicked my own neck. And I'm doing it backwards. Okay? So some of these people, man, they got too much confidence and they're just clumsy. And so they still nick your neck, and you got a line that's bloody, and I hope those clippers are clean. I hope you got disinfectant. But just because, you've been doing it a long time doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. And that includes me and you, okay? So keep that in mind. We're all going to make some mistakes.
No,
we just want to try not to.
When a mistake's made, it's just better to let you know, because for us, we didn't know where the blood was coming from.
Right.
Not one clue.
Right. So I think
what had happened.
Right. So what I think happens is that if you go get a barbershop, you know you got nicked. You can feel it burning, right? And when they put that stuff on the back here, the alcohol and all that, man, you feel it. You know you got nicked. Sometimes burn pretty bad. You know that. But the dog can't say anything. So now when you get a groom done and there's a nick or the possible hit the vein or whatever, guess what? You won't really know unless you hope that there's no bleeding when they get in the car. Because then you won't know, and then guess what? The dog just repairs in a day, and everything's fine. So someone never taught you, or like a groomer, right? A groomer that doesn't want to tell you the truth. Or it's just, it comes with the territory. And sometimes you actually wrote, sometimes their release statement says it. And if we didn't read the release statement, nicks can happen, and we don't have to tell you about it. That might have been on that release statement. If you didn't read it, it might have been on there, and you already signed it.
It might have been on there.
Because I tell you what, when we would check people in at PetSmart, and I love PetSmart, but we would check people in, and it was so long, and we were in such a hurry, we did not read off the statement, and they did not read the statement. They would sign and walk away. And in my business, I made sure, guess what, every new client, I sat down with them, or I covered it on the phone before they came in, the entire release statement. Because I didn't like that part of checking dogs in at that time with that company, because I felt like they're not reading the statement. So when something does happen, they're not going to know what I'm going to have to do, or they're not going to know, but they didn't read it. Guess what? If your dog gets injured, it's not my fault. They signed that. So I made it a point to sit down in my own business and make sure I'm going to spend 25 minutes with you when you first come in as a new client. I'm going to read this all out loud to you face to face. And that would take my time, but guess what? I would tell them I'm not going to do this again. Because when I did work at that corporate, we would have them sign the paperwork every groom. And that would always take extra time every time. And so I said, I'm only going to read this to you once. I'm going to cover it all. And then in 10 years, if you're still my client, we're going to do it again. So now you got to pay attention. You got to know these fees, because if you come in with fleas 6 years from now, it's going to be expensive. You know what I mean? So we're afraid to cover. No one taught us how to cover. No one taught me. I just had to say, I have to tell these people, and if it hurts, it hurts. But hey, I messed up today. I messed up. It was my fault. I should have took my time. But sometimes it wasn't my fault, but just say it anyway. It was my fault, man. Your dog almost bit me, and you licked the scissor and all. I mean, that's why I love doing things on video, because I could just rewind it and just show you what happened. And if it's live, guess what? You could just see it yourself. I said, hey, watch it on live out in your car. That's how you build trust, because you're not hiding anything. But if you don't tell somebody something like that, it's kind of like when the dog got in the car, right, and the blood was everywhere, and you were upset.
I was scared. I just didn't. I mean, because I know that kind of stuff can happen. That's why I don't mess with, my dog's paws at all because of that. Because those are scary things because they have veins. But there was so much blood, and I thought it was like maybe her paw or like her just something inside, because you couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
Right. So you're over here going, oh my gosh, where's this coming from?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and I know accidents happen. I mean, I feel that was a little bit more than, back then I kind of thought, okay, you guys are training us not to do it that far deep, because her whole nail, it was pretty much gone once it got cleaned up, and because I'd end up taking her to the vet, because this is our big lab, and I ended up having to take her to the vet at that point because it was bleeding so much and we couldn't stop it. And it literally was all the way back. And you don't cut a claw back that far into literally the hair portion. I mean, that is just not. So I knew that was way egregious. It was the only nail on her paw that was cut that far back. But I'm like, okay. It may have been an accident. Maybe Shadow moved on her. I don't know. This is a 150-pound dog. She's overweight, okay? And we've done everything. She's on prescription medication food, and it's not helping her lose weight. But I tell you, that was not, that was scary. I literally thought she was going to bleed to death. I mean, that's how much blood came out.
So I hope, if any...
And now
Sorry. Go ahead.
I get it now, which is why I know. That's why I'm like, nope. If you're gonna do claws, like my dad tries to do his dog himself, and I'm just like, nope. Nope. I'm not trained. I'm not helping you do that. No. Because the claws scare me. They scare me. Those are. You got to be very careful with those.
Okay, so here's a quick tip. I want you to take this nail. You're only going to take a tiny bit off. Okay, you're just going to take a tiny bit off, and you're going to use the grinder, any grinder that you have, and you're just going to work around the nail. And you're going to do that weekly. And guess what you're going to do before you even do the grinder? Can you guess?
You're going to clip it before the grinder? Just
okay.
Teeny, tiny?
Yes, but before you even do all that, what do you think I'm going to tell you need to do before that? You are going to...
I need to be messing with their paws and touching their paws and claws. Right?
Okay, so you're not laying on the couch playing with their paws. Honestly, I don't even think that helps. Right. I honestly don't think that helps. I think that pisses them off.
All right.
But I want you to have them on the table with the groom loop on, and you are acting like you've got your clippers, you've got your Dremel, you are acting like you're going to do it, but you're not for 4 or 5 times. You are just going to have those out, because guess what? They see it, and it ain't doing nothing to them. You're doing great. Lick your treat. Yeah, you're doing great. Nothing's happening. You have all the power in the world to do positive reinforcement because nothing's happening. They're doing exactly what they need to do with those two tools on the table, the Dremel and the nail clippers, right? 4 or 5 times. And guess what? There was no pain involved. Correct? No, there's no pain because they're just standing there while you're acting like you're going to pull back the leg and do all that and get your positioning, practice how you're going to do it, watching me do all the toenails. You're going to be like, okay, I'm going to do it just like Dede does. Look, she comes over around the body here. She puts this, she act like you're doing it. Okay, good dog. Lick a treat, pat the head, love, and do it again. And you do that a few times before you go to really do it when you go do it. Now, when you go do it, you're going to
feel so much better.
You're going to practice run. And I want you to do more than one practice run. You need to do 5 practice runs at minimum. Yeah. Okay, and really understand.
If I'm still might be doing good after the 5th one, I'll be doing some more.
Right, and that next one that when you actually take a swipe of a nail, you're gonna actually go, you know what? I'm just gonna do one today. I'm gonna do just one nail today, and this is a little bit everyday training until you get real good at your own dogs. Okay, so then. When you first use your Dremel for the first few times, you're going to train first. You're going to do just like you did with the clipper. It's in your hand. It's vibrating. And you're just looking around. You're touching your dog's head, giving some positive reinforcement, patting. Right?
Right.
Okay, you're patting your dog's head. You got the Dremel going. And nothing's happening.
Right.
So you're able to do positive reinforcement, treat if you want to, nothing's happening. You do that a few times before you do that whole process. So you take a nail, you do a little tiny bit off, Dremel, done. That's it. And if you can do that whole paw that day, great. If you can continue going around the body, great. But if you need to take it, slow it down, depends on the dog, then slow it down. Do one paw a day, because you're starting to do things you've never done before. And usually when you're doing the grinding, something else you need to know, and I've already done videos on this, you don't hold down the grinder until the nail's gone. You don't go zzz, you don't just hold it down. You do a tap, tap, a little tap, tap. Because it's just like when you ever, and I know this because I hate my teeth messed with. So if some idiot, there's been an idiot mess with my teeth, when they hold that tool, the cleaner tool, down and they don't let up, guess what happens? My tooth is burning hot and so is the tool, and I can feel it in the root of my tooth. And I'm like, oh, get that off. And I'm like, you don't know what you're doing, man. Get out of my mouth. Because they held it down too long at one place. While they're cleaning, they don't move it around. It will burn because guess what? A drill, when you hold a drill down, go drill. If you've never used a drill before, go drill a screw into the wall. Take the drill off. Touch it. It's hot. Why? Because it's a moving mechanism. It's really hot. So anything moving like that is not going to create coolness. It's going to create heat. Just like when you take the Vitamix, you pour a little warm water in there and you run that blade as you're spinning it. Guess what happens to the water? It gets hot. It starts to boil. Anything running in a circle is going to create heat, okay? So you've got your Dremel running in a circle. Don't just hold it down on that with the vein inside there. Don't just hold it down there. Don't think that dog's not going to go, rah! Like, that hurts. Get off of me. Okay. All right, we're at 19 minutes after the hour, so we're going to do a quick wrap-up. I just want to say thank you so much for investing your time on this. We're going to work with the numbers and probably get you a discount or two involved with so that you get some of this credit back for booking the coaching. I'm not going to take all your money for the coaching. I don't think that's fair, especially you're going to be invested so much in my business with your tools. You could have shopped anywhere, and I really appreciate you shopping with me. This is going to help me stay in business during COVID-19, which has already closed my grooming salon doors. So thank you so much for trusting me, finding me, being a part of my YouTube channel, giving us some great sound advice as a pet owner, and really wanting to take the initiative in grooming your pets at home. And you know what? Spending that quality time with your pets and learning how to do this. I really applaud you. Thank you so much, Christine.
Yeah. It's going to take a while for me to get there, but, I have to. And this COVID has really forced me to go here because I probably would have went, no, I could just take him to the groomer. And now it's at the point where, no, I can't take him to the groomer. So.
Right. And even so, I read your text. You said you were kind of feeling uneasy a little bit, right?
I have been, yeah. After the last one, they were extremely shaky. The second I walked in the door, they heard my voice and they started yelping and barking, which that's fine. But as soon as they got in my arms, it's shaking. It didn't stop shop for like an hour after we got home. And my mom says that her Shih Tzu does the same thing, but, you know, some of it says, okay, is it just the Shih Tzu, or is it the experience, you know?
So you got to know your dog. You got to know your dog. So I have, if someone's like, oh my gosh, that dog's shivering on the table, I'm like, I own this dog. Saki will shiver like,
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And I've seen you.
What are you doing,
I've
Dede?
seen you with that. And the groomer, the time before, the normal lady that has the dogs at the groomer, the same groomer that I use, they never are like that. But this time, someone new, and they were like that. So I didn't know if it was a new person, and they didn't come back out with all the love and care that they normally come out.
Okay.
So that really left me uneasy.
Well, and that's great
really
that's great that you paid attention to that. We did a video before that was like, listen to your dog. Because sometimes your dog is trying to tell you something, and you really need to pay attention.
Yeah.
And I learned that from a client whose Shih Tzu passed away after a vet visit, went to the groomer, picked up the dog, left the groom shop right then. Something was wrong, immediately went to the vet. Not a few weeks later, the dog was gone. And she had already had warnings. She had already told me all the stories. We talked for like 4 hours. She had already had warning. She lived far from me, but she came to me about fleas. We talked about fleas. I helped her with that. She came back to tell me what had happened because she never changed to me to be her groomer. And she told me who did it and everything. And I said, you know what? She said, I had the warnings, and I was just too busy to make the changes I needed to make. And now my Shih Tzu's gone. So if you pay attention to what's going on with your dog, at a pet sitter, at a groomer, at a veterinarian, all the places that your dog's left alone, sometimes they'll tell you some stuff. Not always.
They do.
But sometimes they are kind of trying to tell you something.
But we have to know our dogs can't speak. And actions, just like in humans, actions sometimes do speak louder. And man, that story just puts tears in my eyes because, I can't imagine losing my dog at all, let alone like that.
Yeah,
So that's just sad.
It's very sad.
And it can happen, and that's the thing. I mean, trust me, we've had this groomer, this particular groomer, she's done grooming for our family forever, but she herself is not doing it anymore. She's got a lot of employees, and you're not going to get the same from everybody, but when you notice something, you gotta, you just have to, and I knew this time just by the way they were acting when they got home, and just, because they do have for 3 days usually they're like mad at me, like we're mad that you took us to the groomer, but they're not to the point where they're just shaky and they don't want to eat and they don't want to play and they don't want to do the normal thing.
That's really interesting.
And that's they were the last time.
Yeah, that's different. I don't like that. I don't like that part.
Yeah, and that's where I knew, like, at that point, either A, I'm going to have to ask and specifically request a certain person, but my groomer's also gotten to the point where she's so busy that it could take 3 to 4 months to get an appointment.
Right.
For the specific person I like. So
right.
If I can by then, it's too late. Their
right.
claws have grown out, their hair has grown out,
Right.
So, because they go once a month. That's how
wow.
often I send them in. And, and one of them grows so much that it's almost like I need to have him done every 2 weeks because
right.
he gets so hairy.
Right. So you might do that. You might do face, feet, sanitary every 2 weeks on that one.
Right.
You might do that. Face, feet, sanitary every 2 weeks on that one, and do a 10 blade one time for 3 months. You won't touch the body for 3 months. How cool would that be? But you will touch face, feet, sanitary. Face, feet, sanitary. Check the ears.
That would be, and ears, ears is number one. That I have to check all the time with these two.
I want to make sure you're on track with the ears, so let's talk about the ears again later, okay? And then I'll call you back maybe tomorrow, or let's touch base one more time. Did you need to do one more final order?
Yeah, we need to go over my order one more time just to make sure, because we just decided I was going to go on, order what I thought I needed to order, and then you and I were going to go over and either take off what I really didn't need and put on what I did.
Okay.
So,
do you have time to do that now?
You and I both need to do.
Do you have time to do that now?
I do.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is get offline.
I really appreciate what you're doing. Yes.
Oh, you're so welcome, girl. I'm so glad you
You're
found me. I'm so
welcome.
glad I could capture you before
I
you
am
buy
too.
stuff you don't need, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and just giving me a little bit, because grooming your dogs, it can be scary. It can be scary because you don't want to hurt your animal.
Right. Right. And so I want to just say, since YouTube, you're still listening, if you are running it, this is what I told you. Guess what? Cynthia with the Charlie, she just groomed her own dog the other day. Out on the porch, she did 10 all over with the Andis. She sure did. I said, did he bite you or anything?
Oh.
She goes, no, he didn't care. But she had open heart surgery with us, right? So she was like, I leaned over, I did them all over. She bought an Andis 2-speed. She had 10 blade. She did a 10 blade all over his back, and she said the next day she went and did the face a little bit. And I said, did you nick him? She goes, nope, I didn't nick him at all, Dede. So the next day she was like, I'm going to do a little bit of face, and I'm going to do the feet. And I was like, wow, if Cynthia can groom her shihtzu, Charlie, y'all can groom your shihzus too. Y'all can.
Especially Charlie, because he's not an easy dog. He isn't, because he's gone blind, and the poor little guy.
Yep, and he's really low to the ground too. So she's like, I need to get up under there before it rains, and that was the other day. I was like, you know what? It's so amazing.
He doesn't stand up either, does he? When you do him, does he? He's the one that doesn't stand up too. Charlie doesn't stand up, and he's blind, right?
Right. He has gone blind. I've been grooming him a long time, man.
Yes.
And to see them just.
I know.
Wow. And
I've gone back and looked at like the years.
Oh my gosh, right?
He was the first video a year ago that I watched, So, and I'm just like, well, I'm not ready to do stuff like that when COVID forced me here. So.
Right, exactly. COVID-19 is going to force us all to do stuff we didn't know we were going to do, like on a regular. Now I'm shaving my own head. I mean, whew, okay.
Well, tell Cynthia and Charlie hi, because they have been my inspiration of watching them, and everything.
That's
Cynthia's
awesome.
story and Charlie, that boy, because you think about it, our animals are all going to get old and be there someday too, and it just he's just I have a big heart when I see him every time.
Absolutely. I love this absolutely word. I'm like, absolutely. Like the 20th time. All right, YouTube. I was gonna hang out with YouTube a little longer, but I really want her to get the tools she needs. So no, you're good. So I'm gonna say bye, YouTube. I love you guys. Thanks a lot, Christina, for letting me record this and read out what you wrote and read out your emails and share your pictures. And thank you so much for taking this upon yourself. And if you need tools, support me by ordering at myfavoritegroomer.com. Smash the like button if you're here watching. Subscribe to the channel. You know all that stuff. Get your dog up stand at dogupstand.com.
Before she runs out.
Yeah, before I run out. That's the truth. But I have one more thing to say.
And I'm telling you, a lot of places don't have some of the blades, some of the things that you have, or the choice of blades. A lot of places don't. I looked.
She already looked. And so I'm glad you looked, but I'm glad you ordered with me.
I looked. That's why I went to you, because before I didn't realize that you sold all that. I only knew that you sold the blade, what do you call that? The razor to shave the dog.
Clipper.
I knew, I saw that clipper on your video. You said you sold that, but I didn't realize you actually had a whole store. So I went on Pet Mart. I went on what is that? Chewy.com. I went literally everywhere looking for some of this stuff, and if you could find the clipper, you couldn't find the extra blades that you would need. And if you didn't watch your videos, you wouldn't have necessarily, because I didn't put two and two together to know that when you are shaving your dog, those blades heat up. So it's not like you can keep doing it. You either have to switch it out or spray chemical, which I don't want to spray chemical. So you've got to do those things. So, I mean, honestly, I looked a lot of places, and no. You can't find everything. And I have to say this, just the personalization that you give and the ability that you have to answer questions when you're saying, hey, I'm looking for this, and you're like, okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. This is what you need. You don't get that when you call other places, and I cannot express that enough. The amount of help I've got just to put my order together, and then the fact that I've ordered it, and you and I can still go over it and say, hey, this is what you really need, this is what you really don't need. Right. I mean, that, honestly, I don't know where I would be without that.
Thank you.
Especially being someone that doesn't know what they're doing.
Thank you so much. And have I refunded anything?
Yes, you have.
Right away, right?
Right away.
Right away. Some of these companies are like, oh,
I didn't even expect it. I didn't even expect it. I'm just like, okay, it is what it is right now. You know, we're stuck with what we're stuck with. You know, as far as ordering, et cetera, especially with the tables. And you're like, nope, bam. Oh, look, you did it immediately for me, and then you did the refund. I'm like, holy cow!
I got to save you money on your table.
Okay, and I have to say this before you get off your YouTube channel to all the people out there that might be watching you for the first time. The other thing that just stood out to me was the very first time I had called you. It was later in the day. I think it was like close to close of business, and I can't remember exactly what day it was. And that was after I did all the searching for what I needed, and I called you about the clipper. And you were driving. And I think I emailed you or something, and you immediately called me back. Like, she literally just immediately called. She's like, I'm driving right now, but I don't want you to get lost or, you know, whatever it was that you said, but you wanted to make sure I was taken care of right then and right there. And that is customer service that you don't find anymore today.
Woo-hoo!
So I just want people to know that.
Thank you so much. I do that a lot.
It was awesome. I'm like, holy cow. I didn't even expect a phone call back for like 24 to 48 hours, and here she is, bam. Just gets right on the phone, and I'm telling you, that is also Texas spirit, I have to say. You don't meet a lot of people like that. You just don't, and that kind of customer service, you are not going to get everywhere.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. That's really, I try to say, I always complain about stuff, right? But it's the truth, because I will go so far out of the way for somebody. So if I don't ask you to shop with me, but I'll talk to you for an hour, that's not fair for me, because my time, I'll never get it back. No. So if I stop and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, she's about to do this and that, I need to call her, right? And I'm like, hey, I'm not going to remember your name because I'm driving. I don't even have my notepad. I'll tell them, I'm not going to remember this. Because I'm going to talk to a lot of people. But I'm going to tell you right now, whatever you end up doing, we'll fix it later. But I don't think you need that.
Yep, exactly.
That's kind of how it went.
It's amazing.
Thank you so much, Christina.
That's exactly how it went.
Thank you so much. I've said it a lot. That's why I know what to say.
From the bottom of my heart. Seriously.
Woohoo! Thank you so much, Christina. Share, share, share. That's the only way we can do this, is stay in business together. So thank you so much, Christina. All right, you guys. Love you. Thanks for being here. We'll talk to you later. I'm going to finish up Christina's order and get her started. She'll be grooming her dog by the end of the week. Thank you so much. Bye, you guys.
Well, at least training.
Start the training now.
Yes. Now the thing will come out and do it.
Christina, do you know how to sing my song? Like, do.
Oh, I don't have a very good voice.
Just do that. Don't. We'll see you later. Support us at myfavoritegroomer.com and dogupstand.com. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.